Really, Union? Please stop. Please stop.
What is up? Welcome to Just Offside, the weekly MLS show where we take your comments and talk about them. My name is Louie.
And I'm Mikey.
It was international break this past weekend, and Major League Soccer, like the good rebellious teenager that it is, decided that it didn't want to do what everyone else is doing and had games this weekend. But before we get into those, let's jump into your comments.
Our guy Brad Jr. says, Portland and Atlanta trying to top Toronto for the biggest regression after the MLS Cup.
Facts.
That is facts, dude. Brad, you speaking nothing but facts, my dude.
DCU TV says, gotta give it up for DC. This team is going to be fighting for the top of the East from here on out. Rodriguez will still take time to settle, but he's going to be another star in the bunch. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that it might take a little bit, but DC is looking good.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, Mike, I'll let you take over these next two comments, big boy.
My favorite person to ever comment, Sebastian Gomez says, Yo, Michael, I'm sorry for getting your name wrong. Atlanta has everything to win games, but I guess the curse of the cup is stronger. I don't think it's the curse of the cup, dude. I think Frank has to go. It's time. He also had another personal comment for me. Michael, honey, you're killing me. I've heard dead fishes make more noise than you. Why are you listening to dead fishes, my boy? Come on, man. I'm going to step it up. Don't worry, sweetie. Yeah, I had nothing, dude. He's stumping me, bro. He's hurting my feelings. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, that's great. Sebastian Gomez, thank you. I love you.
But moving along to this week's action. What an emotional game for David Accam as the Philadelphia Union played the Columbus Crew. He had the game of his life, and unfortunately, it wasn't under better circumstances. David Accam's father passed away just a couple of days before his son took the field against the Columbus Crew, and David Accam honored him with 2 goals and an assist in a man of the weekend performance for Philadelphia Union as they pulled out the 3-0 win over the Columbus Crew. And honestly, it was just amazing to see. David Accam was feeling himself. He was playing his absolute heart out and had some really good goals and was just everywhere during this game.
You could tell how much the game meant to him after his first goal. He bursted out crying, celebrating.
Fell down to his knees, was, bawling his eyes out, and you could see the emotion just clear across his face. And just the fact that after he scored both of his goals, he pointed up to the sky and looked up because he said that he knew his father was watching him. Like, that was feels, man. Like, I felt that.
Dude, for sure. Definitely moving, dog.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's just like, he hasn't had the best time in Philadelphia since he got traded. It's been a little bit stop and start for him.
Yeah,
and
he's been hurt a lot.
And the fact that this game where it's like he balled out and had the opportunity to play so well, unfortunately under these strenuous circumstances, it must be a weird thing for him to have to try and like how do you even process that, right? Like, he said that he had the opportunity to go home for the funeral back to Ghana to be with his family and stuff, but he said that the only thing that makes him happy is playing soccer. So he played this weekend. And so that's also another thing that just like, I felt it. It was just like, damn, soccer means so much to him that like, it was his way of coping with his father's
Ball is really life.
passing. For real, ball is life for David Accam. And what a game to you, man. Hat is off to you, buddy.
Takes a lot of heart, man. Takes a lot of heart to do that.
Absolutely. But the rest of the Philly team looked pretty good too. Ilsinho, little Brazilian winger, had some beautiful little typical Brazilian stepovers.
Oh, yeah.
Good goal to cap it off, which was good. Seal that 3-0 win for Philly. But I just have one request. Can the people at the Union Stadium please stop playing that obnoxious fucking song after every goal? Because it is the most annoying thing to listen to.
What does it sound like?
I gotta pull it up now because it's literally so annoying. I'm gonna play it because this is genuinely something that gets on my nerves. Hold on. Philly
You can tell, guys.
Union
It's really riling Louis up.
goal song.
Okay, so, if you heard that once maybe in a stadium, it'd be fine. But the fact that every time someone scores, you hear it, it just annoys me. Like, why not just let the crowd be loud and stuff? Like, I don't get why you need to put sound when someone scores. Let your people cheer. I just don't get it. Like, just I don't, and also that song just started driving me crazy. I just like was watching those goals and it would be like, oh my god, that's such a great goal. And
That's like an American soccer thing. Philly Union, please stop. Please stop.
But overall, good win for Philly. Despite Columbus being without a couple of their players who were on international duty for the U.S., it was still a decent win for Philly. Got them a good, cushiony win. 3 points counts. So,
Yeah,
you know.
the crew played like the dead fish as Sebastian Gomez talks about. So, super easy win for the Union. Big win for David Accam.
My heart goes out to David Accam, but guys, let us know. Can David Accam build upon this performance? Is this kind of the catalyst that gets his Philly career reignited? What does this win mean for Philly? Even though the crew were without a couple players, it's still 3 points. It still counts. Let us know.
Last year, Real Salt Lake spoiled LAFC's debut season, and LAFC looked for their chance for revenge. And unfortunately for LA, it started off on the wrong foot. They allowed an early PK, which got slotted home, and Real Salt Lake took a 1-0 lead early on. But the host got back in it with a Diego Rossi goal, his second of the season, and
it was a pretty good build-up play. Despite the fact that the ball deflected and fell to Rossi, the whole build-up play for LAFC looked good. It was a well-worked play, and it just happened that Diego Rossi was in the right place at the right time.
Exactly, and it was great momentum for them, because right after that, that's where they got going. They played their soccer, kept pressing, they looked good.
But they left it late. It took until, the 94th, 92nd minute before Walker Zimmerman could level up the score.
Yeah, man. What a potential goal of the season, too.
It was an absolute banger. This is your center back receiving the ball at the top of the box and just taking his time, taking a touch, and just hitting in thunder bastard into the back of that net. Like, it was just like, it swerved one way, it swerved the other way.
It took a little bit of a deflection, but at the same time,
I actually don't think it deflected. I kept watching the replay of it on YouTube.
So?
I don't think so. I could be mistaken, so my bad. From what I saw, I thought it just, the way he hit it, it just like swerved and went the other way.
Keeper had no chance.
Absolutely no chance, which kind of sucked because Ramondo had a phenomenal game.
Yeah,
there was early on in the first half, Carlos Vela had a phenomenal free kick that Ramondo saved.
Yep.
Ramondo had some other good saves, so he's going to feel pretty hard done by this game because he was playing out of his mind, keeping RSL in it.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, man, there was nothing that was going to stop Walker Zimmerman from scoring that goal. That was going to go in the back of the net one way or another.
He loves scoring goals. He said in his post-match interview, he said he loves scoring goals. He loves getting forward. So whenever chance he can, he's going to take it.
Yeah, no, and take it, he did. But for RSL, they got a dude sent off, which kind of sucks. It was his debut in the MLS. I think his name was Portillo.
Portillo, yeah.
They judged that he elbowed one of the LAFC players. I don't really feel that strongly that it should have been a red. He put his arm across to kind of win his space for the ball. It was more like his forearm went into the dude's chin. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that it was a straight red. It was like one of his first touches of the game. So
definitely very harsh. Kind of a soft red, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well. I don't think it should have been given that early on. It was the dude's first involvement in the game.
Definitely a yellow.
Definitely a yellow. Yeah, absolutely yellow, especially because of what it meant. It was about to be a break to an extent. I don't know. It's an iffy one for me.
Oh, for sure. Definitely was very soft. Kind of changed the whole thing for Real Salt Lake.
But another last-minute, late, dramatic Hollywood-style finish for LAFC. It was a scrappy win, and these are, in my opinion, the kind of wins you want to see from a team that's going to challenge for the title. It's the ones that are like, it wasn't a clear-out victory for LAFC. It was a hard-fought game. It was a last-minute winner.
Exactly.
It shows the scrappiness of your squad. It shows that your squad has heart. They can duke it out. They're not going to give up to the last second. These are the kind of wins that you want your team to be piling on because these are the wins that make or break a season. It's like either you take 3 points or you take 1 point. And they're like, you know what? We're going to take 3 points.
Yeah, and if I'm Bob Bradley, I'm excited because your players showed a lot about themselves this week. And they showed that even when they're down, they don't give up. And that's a good thing to have for your squad.
Orlando City got their first win of the season in one of the most unlikely places that it could have come from. They traveled up to New Jersey to play the New Jersey Red Bulls, and they got a surprising 1-0 win. Nani started for his new club, Orlando.
Where he's the captain.
Shout out to Nani, my boy. Many years at Man United. Many frustrating years at Man United, but he was there.
Poor man's Iwobi.
You shut your mouth right now. Nani is so much better than Alex Iwobi. Don't even get me started on this.
Poor man's Iwobi. You hear it here, folks.
Has Iwobi won a continental championship with his country?
Okay, you have me there. Hey, watch out for AFCON, bro. It's coming up. Nigeria. If they don't win in trophies, they win in style.
That's fair. And I looked all right. Had a little nutmeg I saw. It looked decent. Didn't really impact the game too much. But that was because Orlando were just defending so much. They were riding the pressure from New York very well. New York were on them the whole game. And Orlando just kind of defended it out, played very well, compact, and tried to hit New York on the break. And honestly, it worked.
It did.
What was really interesting to me was the fact that Sasha Kljestan, the former New York Red Bull captain, got booed throughout the game by the New Jersey Red Bull supporters, and then he goes and shuts them up in the best way possible by scoring a goal and then celebrating in front of those fans.
I love it. It's, you know what I mean? Like, most players who play against their former teams will put their hands up. I don't want to celebrate.
But also don't forget, it wasn't just his former team. He was the former captain for the Red Bull. So it's like...
It's even more.
It's even more added level. So I found it disgraceful that you guys were booing your captain.
For sure.
Or your former captain, I apologize. But, he did shut you up. So now, don't get me wrong. Again, a little footnote in this victory because of the international break. New York were without some of their most key players who were on international duty. So that is fair to say. But then again, the attack, like the firepower in that squad should have been enough to have beaten Orlando.
Riley Wright-Phillips missed a couple chances that I saw.
Wait, you should have just won. Exactly. New Jersey, I apologize. Wherever you guys are from. Whatever you want to lie to the public about. I don't even know.
And this loss hurt a lot more for them because they were looking for their 9th straight home victory, and they didn't get it.
They did not get it. But, Red Bull supporters, how bad of a loss was this? Are you just going to sweep it under the rug as if it was like, you know what? It was an off game. We'll be all right going forward. And Orlando supporters, is this what's going to hopefully kickstart your season, whatever that means for you guys? Let us know. I think it's a good win. Regardless of how you look at it, it's still 3 points. You know what I mean? Like, it's, even though the teams weren't at their best, or at least New York wasn't at their best, it's still 3 points for Orlando, which has been very hard to come by for them over the last year and a half. So, I'm happy for that they got, but what does this mean for Orlando's season?
Going from full stadiums to empty stadiums. FC Dallas hosted the Colorado Rapids, and at least this game was decent.
Yeah, and I mean, we rash on FC Dallas constantly, but it actually looked like they were having a 2-for-1 sale because at least 30 people showed up to this game. The lower bowl looked at least a little full. They were able to rip themselves away from their high school football to come watch a professional sport, which is decent. Relatively good game. It's just always baffling because FC Dallas is a relatively good team. They have good players. They were up really high up the charts last year, and yet they can't seem to get people in their stadium.
And there's a lot of people in Texas.
There's a lot of damn people in Texas. I just don't get it.
What are you guys doing on Saturdays and Sundays? You guys all at like the rodeo? Like, show up to a game, please.
You know what they should do? If they start incorporating rodeo into the MLS, like maybe before the game, they'll do bull riding on the field. Maybe that'll bring people in.
That'd be pretty cool.
FC Dallas, if you do that, hit us up. Let us know how it goes.
Invite us out. We'll do a vlog.
Yo, I got cowboy hats. I got you. Let's go. Yeehaw.
It was a massive goal line save, but ultimately FC Dallas got their lead behind Marcos Barrios. Barrios?
I think it was Michael. Or just say Barrios.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Behind Barrios' early goal.
Just say when he snuck it by Tim Howard's near post.
Okay. FC Dallas got their early goal behind Barrios, who snuck it by Tim Howard at his near post. Colorado got one back, thankfully.
Through a very weird VAR given goal. It's kind of a strange... It's kind of a strange corner. Ball comes in, it hits off the dude's thigh, happens to cross the line, and then it was given after quite a bit of review. And anyway, Colorado were able to score a goal, which is good.
But following the trend of this week, there was another game winner late game winner, which ultimately sealed up FC Dallas's win, giving them their second home win of the season.
And it gave those 30 people in that stadium something to cheer for.
Let's go to the rodeo, boys.
Let's go celebrate.
Oh yeah, FC Dallas, I got another idea for you guys. You guys should install a stable there for everyone riding back on horses. You know, definitely bring out more people there. I know everyone in Texas rides a horse.
Oh, my favorite part is that Dallas is a pretty big city. It's like, but you know what? We're going to... Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, install them stables there. Make sure people riding in on their horses can get to the game. But all right, Mike, I have one question for you. Why is Tim Howard doing this to himself? Why is he playing out this last season with Colorado? Like, I get it, he has a contract and everything, but like, did you expect a Kobe-like tour? Did you expect like this farewell thing where everybody was going to praise you at every stop?
Did you think everyone was just going to give you presents the whole
way
through?
I just like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, Colorado is bad. They are very bad. And all you're doing with the season, Tim Howard, is tarnishing your good name. You had a very good, lengthy career. You were great. But now you're ending your career on a shit team where I know that some of these mistakes aren't even on you. You just look bad as a keeper out there playing for this team. I just want to know, why are you doing it? Should you just retire before the end of the season? And guys, let me know, is this going to impact Tim Howard's legacy, or is this just kind of like, whatever, he's just making his money from Colorado, and it is
just
what
like
it is.
a little asterisk year for his, for the records. So.
The U.S. Secretary of Defense here, guys. Come on. Why is he doing this to his good name? I don't know. MLS new boys, FC Cincinnati continued their relatively strong start to the season with another win over the New England Revolution. It was a 2-0 win. And honestly, it was just two well-worked, easy goals. Kenny Safe got a goal and an assist, looking pretty good. Albeit, I will say those two goals that the Revs let up were really bad goals to let up. It was just terrible defending. Honestly, I want to praise Cincinnati more. Like, they played well, they got the win, they got the 3 points. But quite frankly, that Revs team, I have no words. I have no words. I'm it. I'm done. This is it. I got... The Revs are a fucking joke. That is it. Nothing else. Nothing more. That's it. But there you have it, guys. Short week in the MLS this week. Only 5 games to cover, but let us know what you think. If you like this episode, please leave us that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Share with a friend. We want to get better. We want to provide some good MLS coverage for you guys. So help us grow. Help us get out there, because the more people who watch, the better feedback we get, the better we get. So please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and show a friend.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Trebl Soccer. See you guys next week. That's for you, Sebastian.
Later.